250 microspecies of dandelion in the UK, which, like, I guess, like, once you hear it, for instance, when I first heard that, I was like, oh yeah, that makes loads of sense, because, like, all the dandelions I've ever seen, a lot of them are actually really different. Like, there's the huge, juicy ones, and for instance, there's, like, these little tiny ones, and then sometimes there's, like, purple ones, and some of them are much more common than others. Some of them are only known from, like, 1 or 2 sites in the UK, so there are actually kind of almost like endangered dandelions, but then there are other dandelions that are really quite ubiquitous and quite common, especially, like, relative to, like, how well, not relative to, but, like, in proportion with, like, how common the particular habitats that they thrive in are. So, like, ones that, for instance, like municipal turf, of which there are like 2 or 3 particular microspecies, they're, like, everywhere. So they're, like, the most common dandelions that you would see. These little tiny ones are a little bit more unusual. I suspect from the looks of the ground here that they probably prefer kind of, like, slightly compacted soil, or are more able to tolerate slightly compacted soil. 350 microspecies of brambles in the UK, some of which are like only found in very specific places. Like there are definitely plenty that aren't even known about. I once went to like the Angela Marmont Centre for UK Biodiversity or something at the Natural History Museum, and there was like a pressed specimen of a bramble, and there was like a note on it from Fred Rumsey, who's like I guess kind of like their premier botanist, who was saying, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what bramble this is. It's got like some tendencies like this one, and then some tendencies like this other one. And then there was like a further note in different handwriting underneath from a guy called Dave Allen, who is like not a professional but is like one of the biggest bramble enthusiasts. And Dave Allen had like popped by and looked at the specimen and was like, yes, it's stumping me too. It's got some bits of it are like this, other bits of it are like this. And then I think there was like a note from a third person, and then I looked at it, I was like, where's this bramble from? And it had been found at the end of a cul-de-sac in Surrey. So there's like there's like complex hidden things all over that you might have no idea about unless you happen to be a batologist, which is like the study of brambles. Batology.
On the count of 3, I begin to descend, dismember myself into the soil. Fingers first. A passerby might think I was making a meal of it. Don't look at the sky one last time. At wrist deep, I make the commitment to never return. I reach down with my arms, I grasp the clods and roots and pull. As I find there is no space for me whole, I tear and give up some parts to make their own way. Eyes which have always been blue become brown. Chest heaves into phosphoric compaction. Ribs crack. Occipital shatters. They leave their words above ground. Maybe I was like this before I was born. Organs slip through cracks like mice, flushed with decaying matter, passing through, shedding feeble legs. Dipped, like Achilles, then dropped. I plummet through years and years, washing myself with fact and feeling. Further, pass through layers of rock, dispersing through permeable and impermeable alike. Consciousness scattering and reforming, shrinking to the downward pull. Absolved of the concept of weight, earth is no other. I do not remember much before the soil.
Hey, B, what does it feel like to be dead?
Oh, it feels mighty fine, I gotta say. I got all these new friends just laying down next to me all goddamn day. Apart from old John Pocket.
Old Richard looks like he's a mean guy.
Oh, don't be talking to him on Friday night.
He's bad bones.
Bad bones.
Yes, so on the subject of Brokenbrow, this is the second time today that this concept has cropped up, because there was like quite a widespread folkloric idea that if you cut someone above the breath, meaning like above where breath comes out, then it would like remove their witchcraft powers and like stop any malfeasance that they might be up to. So yeah, this morning I was trying to look up something to do with I think it was like 18th century uses of this particular plant, but it was in the journal Folklore, and then on the like same page as the beginning of the article that I was looking up was the end of another article which was about this practice, and there was like this story in it about someone who believed like that these pigs had been cursed because I think they all got into like the miller's stream and died, / drowned. And there was like an old woman that they were like, it's her that did it. So they went and cut her, this person went and cut her above the breath. And then in the description, it said that her forehead was like flapping down over her eyes, but that a relative of the person writing helped to sew it up again.